Ladies and gentlemen, on your feet and welcome your
Summers tees it up, and he'll be kicking it away to get this one started. It's official. The NFL season has begun. He'll take it from the 2. He makes it to the 22. Wheeler was there for the stop. They'll start this drive at the 22-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Wallace gets it on the counter. He's tackled at about the 35-yard line by number 34. And we'll have a 1st down and 10. Here's a pass over the middle. And he's tackled right around the 42-yard line by number 53. They'll need about 3 yards here on 2nd down. Nelson, hands off.
Yeah, the offensive line did their job. They created enough of a seam to get him up into the secondary, and then he was able to explode from there.
They line up at the 50. Gives it up the gut. He's brought down around the 47-yard line by number 58. They're looking now at 2nd and 8. Ball is on the 47. Short throw to the right. Knocked out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Just about 3 yards there.
Always a dangerous play when you get a wide receiver in the open field against man coverage. But that time the defense was there and made a nice open field tackle.
Just about 4 yards shy of the first here on 3rd down. He's looking down the middle. Throws. He's dropped down at about the 39-yard line by Walls. First down and 10. Short throw to the left. He's wrestled down around the 34-yard line by Walls. Finley gains about 5 yards on the play. Second down and 5 to go. Ball on their 34. He's dropped, and that's a huge sack.
Taken down for a sack. Loss of 7.
It's now 3rd and 12. Ball on the 41-yard line. Throws to his left. It's tipped away. Great defense. The defender gets a hand on it, and that will bring up 4th down.
And those are the kind of big third down plays you have to have on defense to get the ball back and give your team a chance on offense.
It's 4th down. The home team lining up to punt. And it's in the end zone for a touchback. They'll start at the 20-yard line. First down, 10 to go. Good coverage downfield. Throws it deep down the left side. It is an incomplete pass.
The defender on the play. Second down.
That'll make it second down with 10 to go. Ball is on the 20. Number 11 gives it up the middle. 3 yards there.
Gain of 3.
And third down, 7 yards to go. Passes it short. He's tackled around the 32-yard line by Edwards.
Yard gain on the play.
Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Dumps it out right. Turns upfield. He's got some room to run.
Holding.
And he's tackled around the 46-yard line by Cooper. McKinney is flagged for a hold on the play. First down, 5 yards to go. Number 32, again. He's brought down around the 48-yard line by Cooper.
15-yard gain on the play.
It's 1st and 10. Looks right, throws. The pass is broken up. What a play! They can't complete the pass, and now the offense will be looking at 2nd down. The snap. Here comes the pressure.
As a quarterback, you understand where your protection is and what you can protect. If you can't protect a certain side, you have to throw it hot. That time the quarterback missed the hot read and paid the price.
So they're facing 3rd and long following the sack. He's going to his right. Throws. Makes the grab. No signal yet. We'll see what they rule. So after conferring, they're going to say he was out of bounds.
I don't care who you're talking about. That was a tough catch for anybody in this league.
It's 4th down. The punt team is on the field looking to kick this one away. He angles it out of bounds at the 29-yard line. The offense will start at the 29-yard line. And we'll have a 1st down and 10. On the ground, up the middle. He's dropped down at about the 31. By number 31. Second down, 8 yards to go. Ball on their own 31. Going down the middle with it. And he drops the sure pick. Harris was the intended receiver on the play.
Target on the play. 3rd down.
That'll bring up 3rd down with 8 yards to go. Ball on their own 31. Has a man out to his right. He's wrestled down at about the 49-yard line by number 36. First down and 10. Checks down to the short pass. He's tackled right around the 50-yard line by number 56. Maybe got a yard on that pass play.
Really nowhere for the wide receiver to go on that one. I'm not sure if the quarterback realized it was man coverage on that play.
It's 2nd down and 9 to go. Ball at midfield. Looks for the safe short throw. Montgomery was his intended target. It's third down, 9 yards to go. Dumps it short. Catches it with one hand. And he's tackled around the 41-yard line by number 56. First down, 10 to go. Throws middle of the field. He's brought down right around the 34-yard line by number 56. Second down, and they're going to need just about 3 yards to pick up the first. He's looking towards the left side. It looks like he was able to bring it down in bounds. They'll discuss it. They rule it incomplete.
Good try. That was a really good try, but let's give the officials credit. They got it right.
Wallace on the handoff. They'll be short.
And it's not very often that I get really excited about defensive line play, but that time the guys up front on defense were just overpowering.
This one will be from 49 yards out.
False start.
A lot of movement down there on the offensive line.
Fourth down.
Graves is guilty of moving early. So, it's fourth down. The home team are lining up to punt this one away.
No return. And they'll begin their drive at the 12.
They'll set up shop at the 20. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Number 32 on the give. It's a gain of 8.
Number 32 gets the call on the run. Gain of 8 on the play.
And 2 yards away here on second down. Hold on, there is a flag down.
Holding. Offense.
He's dropped down around the 31-yard line by Sanders.
Repeat.
Number
Second
88
down.
gets called for the hold. It's a 2nd and 11 situation here. Looking for a man. Passes out to his right. He drops the easy pick. Number 40 was the intended receiver. Third down now. They'll need 11 to move the chains. Has a seam down the middle. He's wrestled down right around the 24-yard line by number 21. Fourth down. They'll line up to punt this one away. Harris takes it at the 33. He gets out to about the 42-yard line. Wheeler was there for the stop. Smiley is flagged for a hold on the play. It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 29. Jukes away, and he will be tackled.
And that was because the defense filled up all the gaps. The back was looking for somewhere to run, but by bringing the run blitz, they took away all the holes and stopped them for a minimal gain.
And that's the end of the first quarter. We've got a tie ball game. It's now 2nd down, 10 yards to go. So the ball on their own 30. They get to him in the pocket and bring him down for the sack.
Loss of 3.
Third down, 12 yards to the first. Throws to his right.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
And he's dropped as soon as he makes the catch.
First down.
A lot of pressure on those third down situations. The defender trying to make a good play gets a little overly aggressive, and now it's first down.
Pass is short right side. Interception. He's loose and running strong. Running strong downfield. Feet don't fail me now. Wow, he closed on the ball quickly and came up with the interception.
Yeah, he took a risk going for the ball there because he didn't have any help behind him. But when you're that good at closing and attacking the ball, you can certainly afford to gamble occasionally.
And it's amazing what talent will let you get away with. Summers is good on the point after. The visiting team is up 7. Summers is just about ready to kick this one away. Number 27 is back to receive the kick. He'll take it from the 2. He makes it to the 23-yard line. Wheeler was there to bring him down. The offense will take over at the 23. And we'll have a first down and 10. Flips it out short.
Yeah, I don't know if the ball slipped out of his hand or what, but that one really wasn't that close for a professional quarterback.
Second down and 7 yards to go. Fires a strike to the right. He's tackled at about the 31 by number 23. The offense needs about 3 yards to get the first here on third down. They'll throw for the first.
And I can tell you this, there's nothing that defensive backs hate more than to have one of those big tight ends in the open field running right towards them.
First down and 10. Makes the throw over the middle. And he's tackled around the 44-yard line by number 31. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 44. Wallace gets it on the draw. And he'll lose yardage on the play.
You know, and typically that works for the offensive line because they're trying to simulate a pass set, allow those guys to get into their rush lanes and simply push them past the ball carrier. That time they pushed them right into the ball carrier.
That'll make it second down with 10 to go. Short throw to the right. He's brought down around the 40-yard line by number 36. About 4 on that play.
When you get that man-to-man coverage, sometimes you have to be a little bit careful. There are defensive backs in this league that will take a chance, jump that one, and if they do, it's 6 points the other way.
Fires a laser down the middle. Wow, that looked like roughing the passer. Here's the call. So, with that penalty, they'll move the chains.
And that's a painful one for the defense there. Physically, you win the battle. Mentally, you make the big mistake and give them a first down.
He throws short. He's dropped down right around the 16-yard line by Briggs. Second down and very short yardage here. Looks right, throws. He's wrestled down at about the 13-yard line by number 56. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. They line up at the 12. Looks to throw. It's a jailbreak. And this might be a late hit on the defender.
Well, that certainly was a bad break for the defense, but what a break for this offense.
A touchdown away from a tie. Looking for a big gain down the middle.
Number 4 can't complete the pass. Second down.
Just 5 yards away from a touchdown now. Dumps it out right. He's tackled just outside the goal line by Michael. Number 31 picks up about 5 yards with the catch. So now they're looking at 3rd and goal. About a yard to the end zone. Erickson gets it on the inside. And it looks short from up here.
Did you see how fast that linebacker was on that one? Not only did he recognize it, but when he did recognize it, he had the explosiveness to get there.
This one from 19 yards, basically like kicking an extra point. And it looked like someone on the offensive line jumped. Number 66 is guilty of moving early. The field goal unit is on the field. And he makes it.
The field goal attempt is good.
Bell gets ready to kick it away. Walls stands back to field the kick. And the tackle was made by Finley. They'll go to work at the 18-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Number 11 gives it up the middle. And he's tackled right around the 28-yard line by Watson.
On the play.
And we'll have a 1st down and 10. Number 32 will run it again.
Number 32, the ball carrier. No gain on the play.
It's now 2nd and 9. Running out of time.
It's one of the toughest things about getting blitzed is that everyone has to execute their block perfectly. It's one-on-one blocking. One guy misses a block, and your quarterback's sacked.
So the sack brings up this 3rd and very long situation. He loads up for the deep throw. And he drops the short pick. And the pass will fall incomplete. 4th down coming up.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on 3rd down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
It's fourth down. The punt team is on the field looking to kick this one away. Harris will start running at the 39.
Holding by the receiving team.
Number 40 was there for the stop. And this one looks like it's going to come back. Smiley gets called for the hold. First down and 10. They spot it at their own 32. Throws it to the middle. He's brought down around the 48-yard line by Jones. First down, 10 to go. Looking, fires it to the left. Right through his hands. He almost had the pick.
The intended receiver on the play. Second down.
So they'll face a 2nd and 10. Ball on the 48-yard line. Has a man short to his left. That'll make it third down. The offense needs about 3 feet for the first. Here's a pitch left side. This is close. They'll bring out the chain. He got it. That's a first down.
Yeah, not a lot of yardage, but he did do one key thing, and that's pick up a first down.
Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Ball on the 38. And looks left. Throws. He's knocked out of bounds at the 9. First and goal. Dumps it out left.
Screen passes like that are real confidence builders for the quarterback. They get a completion, a nice little gain, and they know they're not going to get hit.
Four yards out from the score. Short throw to the left. He's got it! Touchdown!
That play is just so hard to stop down here on the goal line. All you have to do is get a little body position. Quarterback zips it in there. These two guys are tremendous at that play.
And this attempt will give them a 3-point advantage. Bell adds the extra point. Pittsburgh is up a field goal. Bell is ready to kick this one off. Wheeler is deep, looking to return the kickoff. Here we go. He'll return it from the 4-yard line. He stopped at the 24-yard line. Sparks was there to bring him down. They'll get the ball here at the 24-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Throws to his left. He's dropped down around the 28-yard line by Sanders. Jackson gains 4 yards with that reception. Second and 6 yards to go. There's a flag on the play. Looked like someone got caught holding. Here's the official call. Gordon is flagged for a hold on the play. So it's 2nd and long after the penalty. And we're at the 2-minute warning.
The NFL on EA Sports will continue after this word from your local station.
Look out, heavy pressure on him.
It's so frustrating for an offense when they think they know what's going to happen with a specific blitz package. You work against it all week. You come out in the game, and you fail to execute the protection, and your quarterback pays the price.
Not many plays in the playbook designed to get this kind of yardage. 3rd down and long. Lake takes the give. He's wrestled down around the 12-yard line by Sanders. Fourth down. And the punt unit onto the field to kick it away. Harris picks it up at the 46.
Man, those guys were flying down the field. He didn't have a chance on that one. His blocker's got to do something for that poor guy out there. He's going to get killed.
The offense will take over at the 48-yard line. And we'll have a 1st down and 10. He's looking down the middle. Throws. He's tackled at about the 41 by number 58. Short pass to his left. And folks, our monitors up here show that he may have been offside.
Well, the defense was out there battling on that one, but that was exactly the kind of break this offense needed.
The penalty moves the offense up into a 1st and 5 situation. Going up towards the end zone. It is an incomplete pass. Harris was the intended receiver on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 5. Throws middle of the field. The ball is tipped away. Montgomery was the intended receiver. Third down and 5 to go. Ball on the 36. He's looking towards the left side. Finley was his intended target. We're at the 1-minute mark of this first half of play. And down by 3 points, this is excellent field position to at least tie the game and possibly take the lead. They'll take over at the 20. First down and 10. Surveys the field. Steps and throws to the left side. Briggs was the intended receiver on the play. It's now 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Has a man out to his right. It's almost picked off. Briggs was the intended receiver. That brings up 3rd and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line. Passes out to the left. And he's tackled right around the 48-yard line by number 27. The offense has another 1st and 10 after that big gain through the air. Flips it out short to his left. Nearly picked off. He should have had that one. Number 40 was his intended target. They'll face 2nd down and 10. They spot it at the 48. Here comes the heat. He's dropped, and that's a huge sack. So they're facing 3rd and long following the sack. Handoff, big opening up the middle. He's brought down right around the 46-yard line by number 34. So, it's 4th down. They'll line up to punt this one away. That'll be it for the first half of play. The score is 10-7. Welcome back to Pittsburgh. Yeah. We look ready to get the second half underway. He makes it to the 22. Number 21 was there for the stop. They'll set up shop at the 22. First down, 10 to go. Number 32 takes it up the middle. He's dropped down around the 34-yard line by number 55. And from their own 34-yard line. He lost yardage on the play.
Well, you know you've got an aggressive safety when he's making tackles for a loss behind the line of scrimmage. Typically, these guys are trying to not give up a big play in the passing game. Now when you see somebody in the backfield, that's impressive.
Second down now with a long 15 to go. Ball on their own 29. Looking. Fires it to the left. He's wrestled down around the 41-yard line by number 34. The offense needs about 3 yards to get the first here on third down. They're going to pitch it. He's going to be tackled for a loss.
Did you see how fast that linebacker was on that one? Not only did he recognize it, but when he did recognize it, he had the explosiveness to get there.
It's fourth down. Looks like they're going to punt it away here. Starting back at his own 15.
You know, I like that return. Nothing flashy, but it was really effective. The thing I hate to see are guys that are dancing around back there trying to be a playmaker when they're really not. At least he got up the field, got a few yards. That's what I like to see.
He didn't get back to the line.
And when your defensive line can handle their guys up front and not allow the offensive linemen to get down on the linebackers, it really gives those linebackers a chance to look great.
Second down, 15 yards for the first. They hand it off again. Hit and drop behind the line.
It is just so difficult for offensive lines to account for the safety. Typically, that's the one free runner that you have. And if you have a top-flight safety back there that can come in and make those kinds of plays, it really helps your run defense.
And it's third and a long 15. Passes it over the middle of the field. He's tackled at about the 33-yard line by number 34. And so far in this one, as you can see, this player has been the impact performer of the game so far. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. And looks left, throws.
Holding.
It looks like there's a penalty, and this one looks like it's going to come back. And I really didn't see the hold there.
You're starting to sound more like an offensive lineman every day, Gus. You know, the reality is there really is holding on every single play, but the rule changes now allow for guys to grab within the framework of the body. You just can't reach outside that framework.
Wallace on the delay. And he's tackled right around the 28-yard line by Pearson. We've got a second and long situation. Has a man short to his left.
Personal foul.
He's pushed out of bounds at the 31.
Boy, it's tough enough to try and stop an NFL offense, but when you give them extra chances, it is almost impossible.
Throws it to the middle. The referee threw the flag, but was it a late hit? Number 95 is the guilty party. It's 1st and 10. Again with the carry. He's brought down at about the 21 by Pearson.
Gain of 7.
So second down, the offense needs about 4 for the first. Has a man to his right. It's tipped and falls incomplete.
On the pass attempt. Number 39, the intended target on the play.
So it's third down. The offense will need about 4 yards to pick up the first. Someone jumped early down there. Number 68 is guilty of moving early. Here's a 3rd and 9 situation. Pass is short right side. He's dropped down around the 20-yard line by Walls. They call on the field goal unit. And the kick is good.
Holding is successful on the field goal attempt.
Bell looks ready to kick it away. Wheeler is deep, looking to return the kickoff. This will be down to the end zone for a touchback. They couldn't do anything against this defense on their last drive, and they were forced to punt it away. They'll get the ball here at the 20-yard line. And we'll have a first down and 10. Number 32 on the run. He's wrestled down at about the 23-yard line by number 34. Gordon is flagged for a hold on the play. And first down once again, but they'll be backed up following the penalty. Moves left to avoid the rush. Throws it into coverage, easily intercepted. He powers into the end zone for a touchdown. So with that, they took advantage of the interception and added points to the board. They'll go for 2 in this situation. Has a seam down the middle. Makes the catch for 2. Great job there. They were able to get it in for 2.
And you could tell the offense had a plan throughout that drive. Not only did they get the touchdown, but they immediately got the call in for the 2-point conversion. They knew exactly what they wanted to do and executed it perfectly.
Pittsburgh will be kicking off. Wheeler is back to receive the kick. He gets it back out to the 20-yard line. Number 27 was there to bring him down. They'll go to work at the 20. First down and 10. Short throw to the right. He's tackled around the 26-yard line by number 55. And so the defense gives up some yards after the flag.
Gus, everybody knows that football is a game of emotion, but unchecked emotion is a bad thing. You have to be able to control yourself on the football field. That's a big mistake.
It is an incomplete pass. So they'll face a 2nd and 10. Number 32 gets the ball. It's a gain of 3.
3-yard gain on the play.
And 3rd down now. They'll need 7 to convert. Ball on their own 44. He throws short. And he's tackled around the 48-yard line by number 55. From their own 48-yard line. And it's in the end zone for a touchback. They'll take over at the 20-yard line. 1st down, 10 to go. Runs middle, running room. Stiff arms, and the defender still makes the tackle.
Yeah, the offensive line did their job. They created enough of a seam to get him up into the secondary, and then he was able to explode from there.
They'll go from their own 32-yard line. Throws to his left. He's brought down around the 39-yard line by number 31.
On the play.
They'll need about 3 yards here on 2nd down. Hands it off. He's dropped down right around the 48-yard line by number 95. Now we have a 1st down and 10 to go. Short pass to his left. Number 3 was the intended receiver. It's now 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Dumps it out right. And he drops the short pick. Waters was the intended receiver on the play. That brings up 3rd and 10. Throws it deep down the left side. He's wrestled down around the 3-yard line by number 27. The big gain in the air sets the offense up with first down, goal to goal. They hand it off. He crosses the goal line. Touchdown!
That's one of those plays that everybody on the field knew what was about to happen. You bring in the fullback, you hand him the football. Here he comes. See if you could stop him. That time they could not.
Bell adds the extra point. Pittsburgh is just about ready to kick this one away. Jackson stands back to field the kick. Patterson was there for the stop. They were forced to punt on their last drive. They'll set up shop at the 17-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Here's the long bomb. Right through his hands. He almost had the pick. That'll make it 2nd down with 10 to go. Fires a strike to the right. This is close. Did he come up with it? They're not going to give it to him.
Well, let's give him some credit for making a great effort, but just unable to pull that one in.
Goes through his progression. And the pass is incomplete. Wow, that looked like roughing the passer. Here's the call.
Those just really deflated defense. It's a frustrating part of the game, but you see it happen all the time. A guy trying to do a little extra to make a play.
Number 32 on the draw. He's tackled at about the 37-yard line by Edwards.
On the play.
Second down and 5 to go. Ball on their own 37. Number 32 on the right side. 4 yards on that play.
Gain of 4 on the play.
Short yardage situation here. They'll need a little less than a yard to convert. They'll give it off here. And he's tackled right around the 46-yard line by Hardy. And we'll have a first down and 10. Ball on their own 46. Steps and throws to the left side. He's knocked out of bounds at the 23.
It's always kind of funny to think about with all the big guys that play the game of football. Sometimes it's the little wide receivers that scare you the most.
They'll have first and 10 once again after that big gain through the air. And that's the end of the third quarter. The score is 28-7. Flips it out short to his left. He's brought down at about the 17-yard line by Cooper. Jackson picked up 6 with that grab. And just about 4 yards away here on second down. Breaks a tackle, and he will score. Touchdown. He took it 15 yards for the touchdown. The PAT is up and good. Summers gets ready to kick it away. Harris is deep, looking to return the kickoff. It looks like there's a penalty. And the tackle was made by Seymour.
A bit of poor judgment on that play. You have to be aware of the situation, and that's a big first down.
The offense will take over at the 10. First down and 10. He's dropped down around the 11-yard line by Pearson. They'll face second down and 10. On the ground, up the middle.
And when your defensive line can handle their guys up front and not allow the offensive linemen to get down on the linebackers, it really gives those linebackers a chance to look great.
Facing a third down and 11 situation. And the ball on the 9-yard line. He's wrestled down around the 10-yard line by number 58. Fourth down. The home team are lining up to punt it away. Walls starts his return way up at the 49.
You know, I like that return. Nothing flashy, but it was really effective. The thing I hate to see are guys that are dancing around back there trying to be a playmaker when they're really not. At least he got up the field, got a few yards. That's what I like to see.
Number 11 flips it right. And he'll lose yardage on the play.
Did you see how fast that linebacker was on that one? Not only did he recognize it, but when he did recognize it, he had the explosiveness to get there.
He's tackled around the 44-yard line by Sanders.
Pretty good job by the defense that time. They took away the deep throws, forcing the check down, and then they were there to make the tackle for a short gain.
They line up at the 44. Has a man to his right. Makes the grab. No signal yet. We'll see what they rule. The ruling is incomplete.
He just missed coming down with a great catch there.
The punt rolls into the end zone. Touchback. Well, their offense will now come onto the field in excellent position, already leading in this game. The offense will start at the 20. First down, 10 to go. Gives it off. And he's tackled around the 21-yard line by Bradley.
2 on the play.
From their own 22-yard line. Short throw to the right. He's brought down around the 28-yard line by number 34. It's a pickup of 6 yards. Third and short situation now. They'll need a couple of yards to convert. Pitch out. There's a flag on the play. He's dropped down around the 33-yard line by number 53. Montgomery is flagged for a hold on the play. Third down, 11 yards for the first. Ball on the 19. He's wrestled down around the 27-yard line by number 31. So, it's fourth down. The home team line up to punt. Walls fields the ball at the 30. They really did a good job keeping him contained on that one.
Yeah, he really didn't have much of a chance at all to make anything happen there. I mean, I know this guy's a dangerous punt return guy, but you can't do it on your own.
They'll start at the 34-yard line. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Passes out to the left. And the pass falls incomplete. Briggs was his intended target.
Second down.
So they'll face a 2nd and 10. He rolls out to the right, and they got him. Number 99 has sack number 1 of the season. After the sack, they're going to be looking at a 3rd down and long play here. And they get to him. And that sack will bring up 4th down as the offense couldn't get anything going on the series.
Nice play, but anytime there's a sack, there has to be a number of key things happening, and that time it all came together.
It's 4th and long now after the sack. Harris gets the ball at the 36. He makes it out to about the 47-yard line. Walters was there to bring him down. Might have an injury down on the field. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line. Throws to his left. He's tackled at about the 31 by number 31. And we'll have a 1st down and 10. Ball on the 31. Going up towards the end zone. Nearly picked off. He should have had that one. Finley was the intended receiver.
Second down.
Second down and 7 yards to go. Ball on the 31-yard line. Pass is short right side. And he's tackled right around the 26-yard line by number 23. Third and 5 right here. Dumps it out left. He can't come up with it. Incomplete pass. And it'll be 4th down following the pass deflection.
And those are the kind of big 3rd down plays you have to have on defense to get the ball back and give your team a chance on offense.
And the kick team is on to try this 43-yard field goal.
False start.
Looks like someone on the offense tried to get an early start. Number 66 is guilty of moving early. This one, about a 48-yarder. He splits the uprights. Makes the long one with room to spare.
It really was, wasn't it? There are no field goal kicker jokes going on the sideline right now. Just a lot of love.
Pittsburgh will be kicking off. Number 31 stands back to field the kick. Patterson was there for the stop. He looks like he might have been injured on that one. They'll set up shop at the 18-yard line. 1st down and 10. On the ground with the tailback. He's loose and running strong. He's knocked out of bounds at the 48.
And you can see a defense, when they get gouged for a big run like that, they all start looking around and thinking, whose gap was that? Who gave up that big a hole?
Offense with the 1st and 10 following the big run. Hands off, and he's brought down quickly. Again, they go with the run.
You know, I understand you can't completely abandon the running game, but my goodness, let's go. Let's pick it up. You've got to put some points up.
Knocked out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
I wish all our fans could see what's happening down the field on all our television broadcasts, because so much of the game now is won and lost in the secondary.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 41-yard line. They hand it off again. He's brought down around the 35-yard line by Edwards. Good coverage downfield. Wow, that looked like roughing the passer. Here's the call. Number 92 is the guilty party. Now we have a first down and 10 to go. He's dropped down around the 18-yard line by Walker. They line up at the 18. Short throw to the left. He's wrestled down right around the 10-yard line by Cooper. Pass completed for a gain of 8. And they line up at the 10. They'll throw for the first. Flips it out short to his left. He's tackled at about the 7-yard line by Cooper. They go to their hurry-up offense. And looks left. Throws.
He knows he just got away with one there. That's a ball he should have never thrown.
They set up shop on the 6. Dumps it short. The pass is tipped. Briggs was the intended receiver on the play. Well, let's see what the offense has here. It's 3rd and goal from the 6. Looking. Fires it to the left. Picked off. The defense comes up with a huge play in the end zone. The home team get their 2nd interception of the game. It's 1st and 10. They hand it off. And he's tackled around the 25-yard line by Pearson. Second and 5 coming up here. Ball on their own 25. Wallace takes it right side. He's brought down at about the 27 by Pearson. And so we've reached the 2-minute warning. Here's a 3rd down and 3. 2 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Wallace on the inside handoff. He's dropped down around the 40-yard line by Bradley. From their own 40-yard line. They go with the toss. Drop behind the line.
For me, there's nothing more impressive in football than to see a cover cornerback able to come up and make the stops on the run. That's a complete football player.
It's second down now and 13 to go. They'll keep it on the ground again. He's wrestled down around the 42-yard line by number 58. Offense looking at third down, 7 yards to go. Ball on their own 42. That'll do it from the field. We have top plays and stats coming up next, so stay right with us. And let's take a look at the Gatorade Performer of the Game.